Yo, what's up, guys? I hope you had a great holiday. I hope you had a great Christmas. I hope you were surrounded by loved ones and family members, and you woke up the day after Christmas and you go, holy crap, Mike Pence has announced he's running for president. What's going on? And everybody looked at these headlines and they're like, Mike Pence files to run for president in 2024. Now, that would be totally unprecedented, where you have unprecedented, where you have Donald Trump, who's announced for president. He's going to run in 2024. And then you have Mike Pence, who was his vice president, who's going to run against him in 2024 after one term, right? So what's going on here? Craziness abounds. It's insanity. Mike Pence officially brawling Donald Trump for the king of the jungle position. I have a lot of questions about this, but most importantly, is it fake news? That's the most interesting question right now. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Pence spokesperson, who's the person I was showing you right there, his name's Devin O'Malley, says that the former vice president did not file for president and suggests that he was pranking. Someone was getting pranked. Who's getting pranked? What's going on here? This is insane. So he's like doing a take backsies on filing for running for president. By the way, filing for running for president is really sophisticated, complicated, expensive process. A lot of lawyers involved. You got to go through a lot of federal agencies. What's happening here? All right, let's go ahead and jump into this article and we'll talk about like the insanity surrounding like Mike Pence fake running for president and then taking it all back. Filing to run for president and then taking it all back. Okay, so Mike Pence has wanted to run for president. He obviously wants to run for president, but apparently somebody punked the FEC. Let's read this for a second. Twitter went into an uproar. Multiple news outlets ran headlines suggesting that Mike Pence had entered the 2024 race on Monday after a statement of candidacy was filed with the FEC on his behalf. But a spokesperson for the former vice president confirmed that Pence did not file the paperwork. Former vice president did not file paperwork to run for president today, says David O'Malley. Here's his Twitter account right there. And here's his little tweet. This is what people are referencing. Little tweet right here. The tweet was deleted. This was the original tweet saying that Pence had decided to run. Greg Price, friend of the show, said, did somebody prank you with an FEC filing? And Devin O'Malley said, I think someone pranked you. Well, how would you prank like reporters and influencers? O'Malley declined to comment and sent questions to the FEC. The spokesperson for the FEC said that they cannot comment on specific filings, but noted that the agency has a process for reviewing potentially fake or fictitious forms. The statement of candidacy was filed by Mr. Mike Richard Pence at 5:12 on Monday. So that's the day after Christmas. Previous filings with the FEC has listed Michael as Pence's first name, not Mike. So, okay. Did somebody punk the entire political ecosystem here, of which we are a part of? I mean, I shared this, right? My entire team was like going a buzz about this, but here's the spokesperson for Mike Pence. You can see it here in his bio. Dude's with Mike Pence's office, right? He works for a DC consulting firm. It's funny. These consulting firms always crack me up. They have 80 followers. They don't even have 80 followers. It's 70 followers. These people, they have no following, right? But they're the geniuses at creating content and narratives. All right. Well, the narrative is that Mike Pence apparently didn't file, but that he's going to. Check this out from Politico. Mike Pence eyes staff. Staff's up for 2024. Former VP is bringing on Ben Sass's spokesperson. Yikes. Okay. Not a great move, honestly. Ben Sass, not loved by the base. And actually was so disliked by the base that he had to flee the Senate and is now coming down to Florida here to go be in charge of the University of Florida or something like that. I don't know. Another reason not to send your kids to college. Anyway, former Vice President Mike Pence is building his political staff. Latest indication that he's prepping for a White House bid that will pit him against his ex-boss, Donald Trump. Donald Trump, of course, has announced for presidency his intentions to run. He's officially running for 2024. Ali Kierkegaard, a spokesperson for Nebraska Senator Ben Sasse, has been tapped to serve as the communications director for Advancing American Freedom, Pennsylvania nonprofit organization serving former vice president's campaign in waiting. Those familiar with the hiring process say 2 additional communications officials are expected to start sometime very soon. Pence's team is also looking to bring on fundraising aides. Pence has made a lot of money in fundraising. He's brought in like something like 20 or 30 million dollars. That's a lot of cash. That's a lot of cash here. And Pence has been going around the country. Here's him at a rodeo in Wyoming. Here's the reception. The reception he got at the rodeo in Wyoming. Everyone cheered. Okay. Mike Pence chilling out at rodeos. Mike Pence famously said that he believes that there's going to be a better option than Donald Trump in 2024. He said this in an interview with CBS. Says there's going to be better people to vote for, better choices. Listen.
And Donald Trump being president again.
Well, I'll always be proud of the record of the Trump-Pence administration. And for 4.5 years, President Trump was not only my president, but he was my friend. We worked very closely to create a record of prosperity at home, 7 million good-paying jobs. We rebuilt our military. We saw more than 300 conservatives appointed to our courts. We took down the ISIS caliphate. We brought about peace in the Middle East. But obviously it didn't end well. And while the president and I parted amicably, I believe as we look to the future that we'll have better choices.
Okay, so this is clearly Pence going out at Donald Trump, which is exactly what anyone who wants to run for president needs to run against here. 538. This is how we read the polling. 538 has all the most recent polls. A lot of these polls done in December. The majority of these polls done in December. Polling potential 2024 matchups. Donald Trump is the clear favorite in the vast majority of these polls. A lot of these polls show DeSantis here. Let's see if we can get a little bigger. Might not be able to based on the way the page is structured. So DeSantis and Trump. DeSantis against Trump. A lot of these polls poll DeSantis against Trump. DeSantis, though, against Pence. Pence is polled in some of these polls. Here from Big Village poll from December 16th. Pence gets polled against DeSantis here in December 14th. Pence losing pretty brutally here in many of these polls when he's matched up with DeSantis. DeSantis, Pence, 52 to 14%, which is really the big question here, which is what is the actual coalition of people that want to vote for Mike Pence. I think a lot of this comes from these early polls. Here are polls from, this is the Floridian, polls from 2021 showing Donald Trump, of course, winning by a wide margin here if he were to run. But if Donald Trump doesn't run or isn't the nominee, then Mike Pence shoots up in that poll pretty significantly. Again, this is done in 2021. Ron DeSantis has had a breakout year, not announced for his run for president, but this is 2021, what this was looking like. And so a lot of indicators were saying that Mike Pence would be a viable option if Donald Trump decided not to run. Again, this is done without Donald Trump in the field. With Donald Trump in the field, it looks like that. And again, recent polling is showing that, there is actually no legitimate constituency for Mike Pence. Somebody's going to have to explain to me what that path is. People in the Trump camp, people in the America First camp are going to be like, Mike Pence betrayed us, right? And he didn't send the electors back on January 6th and kick those back to the states and say, I refuse to accept your electors. And you need to create a new slate of electors, and you need to look at how your states ran elections again. The Electoral Count Act allows this to happen. This is a thing that you can do. Mike Pence didn't do it, and I don't think people who voted for Trump or are in the Trump camp, those people are not going to ever forgive Mike Pence for that. I think the die has been cast. The rest of Mike Pence's career, he's been sort of like a middle-of-the-road, very milquetoast congressman from Indiana, and then governor from Indiana, and then of course he was vice president during the vast majority of Donald Trump's time in office. You heard Mike Pence say there in his clip, they actually accomplished a ton of stuff, and Mike Pence was quite popular. People liked him a lot. But when it comes to a hypothetical race here, and this is polling from like just a few days ago, this is from the 18th. When it comes to an actual poll here with DeSantis, Trump, and Pence. This poll of 1,000 plus likely Republican primary voters show that the draw of DeSantis is increasing. Trump holds a 5% lead over DeSantis, but that's down from a 19% lead in October. Yikes. Bad directions there. Essentially, within the margin of error, DeSantis is drawn equal to him in favorability. So DeSantis' favorability number is up. But then when you go down into the rest of the bunch that might run in 2024 for Republicans, Ron DeSantis, Mike Pence has 7% here. Not the numbers you're going to need to become president or to win primaries, actually. Behind Trump, Cruz, Haley, Chris Christie is the least popular Republican tested. So, I mean, everyone else is like not breaking two figures here, right? So Pence is coming in third behind DeSantis, but it ain't, this is not going to be enough to win you a primary battle, which is exactly what this is all about, right? This is about winning primary battles. So you have to win Iowa and New Hampshire and South Carolina, and you have to go to all these early states, and you have to win them, and then you have to get delegates. Those delegates have to vote for you at the Republican National Convention. Somebody's going to have to explain to me what Mike Pence's coalition is. Who are the people who are like the rock-ribbed Pence voters who like show up for Mike Pence? I get it. He's welcomed at things. I mean, I showed you the rodeo clip. People are clapping for him. And he's doing a little book tour right now for his book. So help me God. He released a book about himself. Politicians tend to do this. So that's fine, but you're going to have to explain to me, like, what is the natural consistency? I've never met like someone who's like, I am a Mike Pence guy. Me, I'm a Mike Pence guy. I wear Mike Pence shirts. I got Mike Pence socks. I've never met that person. You're going to have to explain to me who his natural constituency is and base of support inside of the general Republican Party. You're going to have to explain that to me. Until then, I mean, you can keep having, you can keep firing off, I guess, you can keep firing off like fake presidential runs and then retracting them, whatever. But yeah, Mike Pence ain't going to be president unless something changes drastically. So it doesn't matter if you got punked or not at the FEC. Mike Pence ain't never going to be president. Them's the breaks. All right. Okay. Catch you guys next time. Again, hope you had an incredible Christmas. Thank you for watching. Our channel is here to meme the libs until they cry and then to meme them crying. Their tears taste like ice cream. We ridicule the establishment, and we do so because of you. Your support keeps us going. So if you liked what you saw, please click the thumbs up. Please punch, subscribe, and ring the bell to let you know when we have a new video. Don't you want us to let you know when we're live? Please check out more of our videos here and sign up for our mailing list in case something happens and the plug gets pulled. We want to be able to keep in touch with you. My name is Benny Johnson, and thank you for watching. Based Patriots, stay free.